You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold fans. Well, Steffy Forrester seems determined to put an end to hope for the future, but Carter Walton just made a passionate case to keep it going. However, in a recent interview, Jacqueline Wood spilled some tea about what her B&B alter ego will do once she finds out about Carter and Hope's new romance, and it is not going to be pretty. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and hey, please hit that subscribe button if you're not following us. Let's dive into what Jackie said and what's ahead that is so twisted. So we know that Steffy is looking for any excuse to cut Hope's line. Steffy already wanted to slash it even before Hope kissed Finn. And after that drunken smooch that Hope planted on Steffy's husband, she doubled down on ending it. And let's be real, ever since Thomas Forrester left town, Hope for the future has been on a downhill slide to failure and cancellation. And there seems to be no sign of Matt Atkinson returning, which has upset a lot of fans. Brooke, meanwhile, is certain that Steffy will do whatever she can to crush Hope's line and ruin her life. Brooke even ran to Finn to ask him to intervene, which he refused to do. Very smart move on his part. So actress Jackie Wood said in an interview with TV Water Cooler, Steffy's target is Hope, and it may be a little bit personal, but it's also business too. The Hope for the Future line is underperforming. So that's what she said, and that's what we saw in the last meeting about Hope for the Future, which Steffy hosted. And that was a few weeks ago when Hope thought for sure that Steffy was going to end her line then and there. Ridge thought so too. Brooke thought so. But Steffy surprised everybody in the room, and she gave Hope more time to bring things up to an acceptable level. But then after the meeting, if you recall, Steffy cornered Hope alone in the design office and threatened her. Steffy told Hope if she doesn't stay away from Finn, if she goes near him, lays a hand or a lip on him, lurks around him, thinks about him, any of that, then Steffy will cut her line immediately. Since then, Hope has worked very hard to completely forget about Finn. And Hope's doing pretty well with that. I mean, heck, she has no time to think about Finn, really, because Carter has made it clear that he wants to date Hope. And of course, that's when unreliable waffle boy Liam chose to come sniffing around, asking to reconcile with her after treating her so badly for so many years. And Hope's been clear with Liam that she is not interested, but he is not taking no for an answer. He's a Spencer after all. And at the same time, Carter is not going to back down. He is also being persistent, and he's the one that Hope seems most interested in. She thinks Carter could be a one-woman man, and most of the time he is. And that could be good for her. Maybe he will. We'll see. I know fans are pretty divided about it, but there's a problem with this. Steffy thought that Hope was trying to use Carter to help her failing line. That's what Steffy thought she walked in on in the design office. She had no idea that Carter and Hope had just been kissing, and she almost walked in on that. So Steffy warned Hope, don't try and use Carter to bolster your chances to keep Hope for the Future alive. And Hope said she wouldn't. She was just kind of glad Steffy didn't catch what they were really doing. So now we have Carter making an appeal to Steffy and Ridge that they not only keep Hope for the Future going, but also that they invest more in it to make it a success, just like Ridge asked they do for Brooke's bedroom, which paid off very nicely. And it's kind of interesting that Carter compared it in that way during the meeting, because Ridge advocated for Brooke's bedroom because he's involved with Brooke. And Carter is advocating for Hope for the Future because he is starting to get involved with Hope. And Steffy Steffy kept pushing Carter for sales numbers. She wanted rock solid numbers. She didn't want touchy-feely stuff, projections, anything. She just wanted numbers. But he kept shifting it to be about hope being a bright light that Forrester can't afford to lose. So I do believe Carter will sway the executives to keep the line and invest in it. Maybe not in the way that Ridge did with Brooke's bedroom, but perhaps something more significant than what they're doing now. However, Carter pushing so hard on Hope's behalf also has me wondering if maybe he fudged those projections to make things look better than they are. Think about that. Jackie Wood also spoke about the Hope and Carter thing in the same interview. She said Steffy doesn't know about Carter just yet, but I think it will be pretty explosive when she finds out. That was Jackie Wood's words. Pretty explosive when Steffy finds out. She said it's jeopardizing the Forrester name, and that is what's important to Steffy. So what I wonder is, did the actress mean that Hope for the future is jeopardizing the family name? Or is Hope getting involved with the COO and him making business decisions because he's involved with her is what's jeopardizing the family name? I mean, it could be both. It could be either. Realistically, the Forresters need to be able to trust Carter to make unbiased business decisions and think with his brain, not other body parts. Then again, we all know that Ridge makes most of his decisions with other body parts and not his brain. So, Carter is carrying on a Forrester tradition. Jackie Wood described it being explosive when Steffy finds out that Carter and Hope are involved. And I do wonder if Steffy is going to run straight to Ridge and demand that they immediately end Hope's line. I wonder if Steffy will accuse Carter of bias and suggest they need to fire him and also fire Hope. I mean, how bad will this fallout be? Will Ridge and Eric confront Carter and ask if his feelings for Hope have influenced any of his business decisions? This could get really messy really fast, but we all know the Logans and Forresters carry their personal lives into work with them, so this is not surprising. Brooke will defend Hope and Carter, and she will probably expect Ridge to take her side, and that'll put him in a bad position with Steffy. Of course, Hope is going to feel bad for Carter getting into trouble because he was trying to help her. And as for Hope for the future, there may be no hope for its future once Steffy finds out Carter is falling for Hope. I can only imagine Steffy will accuse Hope of throwing herself at Carter, using him to help her line, saying that it's something her mother Brooke would do, a typical Logan manipulation, the kind of thing Steffy loves to say about the Logans. It's going to get really messy, and I'm guessing it is going to explode in November sweeps, which kicks off in just 9 episodes from now.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.